Hastings High School.
I'm Ethan McCulloch. I'm a junior at Hastings High School.
My name is Christina Feng, and I'm a junior.
I'm Ellie Plotkin-Kay, and I'm a junior at Hastings High School.
My stress mostly is just my future out of high school, where I'm going to go to college, and like where I'm going to go in life, and how happy I'm going to be.
Just the amount of schoolwork I have.
Schoolwork, mostly. Just the drastic increase in it since compared to what I'm used to.
It's always definitely been from school, I think, like especially this year that I'm first taking honors classes.
Schoolwork and my parents. I'm taking AP French, AP Psych,
AP Chem,
AP Environmental Science,
AP US History,
English honors,
Pre-Calculus Honors,
AP Bio,
Spanish Honors, and I think that's it.
anywhere from an hour to 4 or 5 hours.
At this time of year, it's like 4 hours, and usually like the majority is spent on one assignment, like an essay or studying or something.
Anywhere from like 4 to 6.
like 7, 8.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
Yup.
I draw a lot to procrastinate, and I watch TV a lot.
Just the drastic workload it seems like an insurmountable task until you actually get it done, and so you just put it off. I don't know, I just let it build up, and one day I'll explode.
I used to do sports when I was a freshman and sophomore, but now I'm too busy. And even though I was stressed about being at the practice instead of doing homework, the physical activity I can tell really helped get my mind off work.
They cause more stress, especially the play, because of the time commitment, because I didn't really have much time to do my homework, so I had to spend more of my time for sleeping doing it. The ACT. Or SAT.
The ACT and the SAT and the SAT-2s.
I'm taking a Kaplan course. It takes like 8 hours out of my week.
I think I need to get a certain score to achieve like what will make me happy.
I've been thinking about college for many years now.
To a certain extent it adds stress. You have the occasional existential crisis where in the end nothing matters.
My family's just very smart, and like they've all done very big things with their lives, and they've gotten like very good higher education, and like they're all successful, so I feel that I have to do the same, or else like how am I going to be successful, or how am I going to be happy?
Greg Smith. I teach history at Hastings High School. I'm director of the Hastings Alternative School Program, and I teach Super American History.
I'm Katie Selleck, and I teach Spanish 2 and 4.
Mr. Buchanan, and I teach the U.S. History Regents class to juniors.
Jeanette Coker, Director of Guidance at Hastings High School.
Yeah, evidently not, because I didn't think it was such a big issue. I thought the real stress came in the first semester of the senior year. I didn't realize it. Really? Is this true? I mean, that juniors are stressed out all year long?
I know what you guys tell me. I know what pertains to my class, but to be fair, and because I have a brother who's a junior, but I mean, other than that, I don't necessarily know.
I think it causes a lot more stress for students. I think inherently it does, but I think it also causes stress because students see their parents stressed out. And I see this a lot, I say, with my own kids in my own community. The parents get stressed out about it, and that it affects their kids.
Absolutely, and I think I'm even going to say that in some cases it starts as early as freshman year even. The atmosphere that we live in and the climate that we live in is very stressful and very pressured, and some students are feeling that much more than others.
I feel as if it's, part of my responsibility is establishing expectations of college.
Of course, we hope that, especially by that point, that you're thinking at that higher level, that as far as writing, as far as just higher level thinking. However, I feel very strongly that there is a difference cognitively as far as your maturity level, as far as honestly what you're capable of as a junior in high school as opposed to a college student. You are inherently different, and I do think that that should be respected.
For some students, one is healthy. For some students, none are healthy. And for other students, and I think what the question is probably more leading to is what's the max? I think any more than 3 or 4 is you're out of your mind.
Really, it's about knowing yourself and knowing how much work you are going to be doing in those classes. They are academically rigorous courses for those reasons, and typically there's 3 times more work in those classes than there are in the other courses that we have here, the Regents level courses. So it's about your commitment to those courses, it's about how much you're willing to work, and a lot of it is about balance and where you want to concentrate your efforts. Back in my day, we've only, most of us only applied maybe 2 or 3 or 4 schools. There were some people who didn't go to college. There were some people who pursued a vocational track. There seemed to have been a little bit more of that out there.
It definitely has changed in my 16 years here at Hastings. It's definitely changed with people getting whipped up into even more of a frenzy about schools. People applying to 20, 30 schools, which is just insane.
In this area, in this school, there's a certain pressure that, might not be exactly the same 20 miles down the road.
I've seen the stress level rise, I've seen the pressure rise, I've seen college applications go up from 10,000 to 50,000. So I think the general trend is that it's almost an expectation that everybody attends school on some level, whether it's a 2-year or a 4-year.
When you have something that very heavily relies on a standardized test like the SATs, and so much is riding on that one day, and whether you got enough sleep, and and isn't necessarily indicative of how much you've learned throughout high school.
Don't stress out, for God's sake. Oh, for my God, it's just, you don't see it because it's the first time you're encountering it. I mean, we've seen thousands of juniors and seniors over the course of our teaching career. We know what's going to happen. It's not going to be the end of the world. Just cut yourself some slack. And, and if you feel this coming from parents, tell them to back off.
In this desire to look like a well-rounded person, the tendency is to really, try to juggle too much. And so I think honestly the best thing is to keep it in perspective, and the fact that you can still be a well-rounded person and not try to do everything. Of course, it's great to have sort of that, that dream school that you apply to, but I think it's also good to be realistic.
And you don't want to miss junior year because it's, it should be a fun time in your life, not this, oh my God, the world is ending, because I have so many classes and I have college coming up. So it's really kind of striking that balance, communicating with people at home, and kind of getting some good time management habits and strategies.
Hi, I'm Julia Morris, and I'm a senior in Hastings High School. I guess it was trying to keep up good grades, but also not let my relationships with my friends and my family suffer, because I fought a lot with my mom during junior year because of the stress. I didn't get that much time to hang out with people, so yeah, balancing it all and sleeping. I think it was mostly worth it, but I could have done a little less and still had time to do other fun things.